Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerdlings of all ages. This is game number 3, the Kings and Queens of VIKENDI, and it is so named because this is King of the Hill. The zone will shrink to a known location that's very, very small over the course of the entire game. In fact, there it is. We can see it already. That's the hill. That's where the game is going to end. We know already. What are you going to do with that information is the question. This blue zone will be constantly shrinking in. As this blue zone constantly shrinks in, unfortunately, you die if you touch it, which is going to be interesting for people in Comeback Arena. Don't hit F coming out of the plane when you're still in the blue, obviously. That's going to be quite fun. This will be entertaining indeed. So everyone, as they were dropping, knew this was here. We have one team, Dell's Driving School, who have opted to go north to Naros and not deal with any of the early game shenanigans. This is interesting. You have another team. These are the Roof Hoppers, who have chosen to go castle, which is interesting in itself because that's probably the nearest named area. And the Gator Chasers are trying to go straight towards where those crate drops are, but there aren't that many buildings here, so they're going to have to loot these small compounds, I think, to grab some loot before coming in. All of the crates that drop naturally in this game will, of course, drop in this circle. So there are benefits to getting here early, but that also means you're a target for everybody else. There are 2 squads here. Hang on just a second. This is on yellow marker, and you can tell they're on yellow marker because of the blue marker. That's their team logo. They have dropped inside Deca Meshto with the chicken blimps, although I would say Hackshots, Delac, and Wet Boy, what a name, have dropped a little bit further back, and Trays is smack bang in the middle of the action. Maybe a little bit close for comfort, mate. This is going to be very interesting indeed. Don't know how this is going to work out, but we will find out. Looks to be relatively calm at the moment. Rigger, hello? Oh, Rigger's playing the long game. Yes, there are 2 people right next to him on the minimap, but they're all the way down there. 3 people, I beg your pardon. So Rigger is slowly joining Merb, Hulk, and Abros. Close-ish, but not too close to where the circle is. 40 seconds left, recruiting people for Comeback Arena number 1. Nobody wants to be fighting at this point. The circle's going to start moving soon. Remember, we know it ends here. No one is inside this zone yet, which is interesting. We haven't actually had a crate drop or anything of the sort, but we will eventually. New 8x8 VIKENDI Reborn. All of our custom games tonight are being played on the new VIKENDI, and it is beautiful to behold. Zone has started moving. As you can all see, this moves quite slowly. This is like the fast end of the zone. It's not the fastest you've ever seen. It's relatively relaxed. It's at about running speed. However, if you get caught in this blue zone and you go out just for a second, you die. That's it. You're dead. So you definitely want to make sure you stay on the correct side of the blue zone. Someone is going to forget this. Someone is going to end up dying. We don't know who, but someone almost always does. Bison from Suzel getting Wet Boy. Hackshots coming with the return fire. Trey's actually from the window doing an awful lot of damage there. And that is the bolty that ends the fight, or ends this section of the fight anyway, on blue marker, or on yellow marker, I should say. Even I'm getting that wrong. Are trying to push in now. They're being as aggressive as they possibly can. They know that comeback arenas are available. Hackshots, though, getting them down. Saiku getting low. Not down yet. Good flashbang. Really good movement, actually, going into the next room. So smart. But unfortunately, the DBS does not ring true. And actually, on the yellow marker are completely annihilated. So they're not going to get to use the comeback arena. The Chicken Blips get the 4 kills. And all 4 of their teammates are still alive. A very, very decisive engagement there. They didn't want anyone coming through the comeback arena. So that, I'm afraid, is that. Rusty Razor and the Roof Hoppers have indeed spotted a team that are nearby. They're bullet sponges. N8 and Windigo have also got other angles cordoned off as well, which makes Raider on the outside here. Makes his position a little bit dicey. Are the wheels taken off that car? Yes, of course the wheels are taken off that car. Okay. So vehicular transport, a little bit compromised there for the bullet sponges. The good news, though, is that they're relatively close to the middle of zone. Windigo for the roof hoppers. Wanted to scout out the middle of the zone. Oh my goodness. Did so on a snowmobile. Unfortunately, it's not going to end well for him. The Gator chasers have successfully run him down. Is that a blue zone grenade? I thought he just threw a grenade. Oh, that's an empty mag. All right, we're good. And it looks like Windigo is being left to bleed out. They're using him as bait. Rusty Razor's coming by on a bike. He gets shot at. He's saying, guys, Windigo's being camped. What do I do here? Remember, there's comeback arena. They don't have to go all out rescuing their teammate right the heck now. I mean, it's a nice thing to do, but it's technically not a necessity. Wait and see what the strategy is. Blue Zone now has enveloped Coal Mine. Observatory is shortly going to get Dino Land as well. Windigo officially out. N8's found an alternative route into Circle. This is very open, but if he gets past this, has he got a bit of a deflate? Not really. He kind of has to get to this hill for any sort of meaningful cover, if I'm honest. And Babbler's on the top of it. So, this is tricky. They might have to think of an alternative way in. Crate drop. There we go. First one of the game. It looks like Mitchy Boy has taken it. Let's have ourselves a peek. Mitchy Boy has got the level 3 gear on him. He's got a bolty, so I'm guessing there is another item there somewhere. By the way, that is the comeback arena. Don't be fooled. Well, what's going on? We've got an emergency airdrop coming in. Hang on a second. Does Mitchy Boy realize that they're about to get rained on? Another crate is landing. And where are these guys going? C4 you later actually opting to go south. Choosing not to launch straight into the compound. They hear gunshots from there as well. So maybe this is the wise move. They might be going for this hill. And they have pretty good visibility over the zone from here. If they have enough DMRs to make it work. Oh, we have cable car shenanigans going on. Neubis of the bullet sponges. It's going up against Jororar. Soup King 29. Gonichiwa are right next to Paradox, who's down but not out. That's the Gator Chasers, though. Completely different squad. Apocalypse comes in thinking that he can one-on-one this, but unfortunately it's already a 2v1. A little bit of a miscalculation from him. The Bass is now trying to make up for lost ground. Gonichiwa and Soup King both down. Looks like him and Neubis will be able to clean up. Raider still alive as well. He sees the body now. Finishes off Paradox. And the bullet sponges, at least for now, appear to own the cable cars. There are the Panzerfausts. They do spawn. It is a thing. We haven't seen that many people yet, though. Oh, no, that is not a friendly vehicle at all. And Isaac from C4 You Later gets absolutely ripped on by Ripton. Captain Dankland pushing up from C4. Look, that's a great nade. It's a little bit too far, but that was a really good nade. Just one or two similar to that, and they could actually have a bunch of kills on their hands. Good flanks. Whipping out the Mini 14. I'm wondering if he can still throw the grenade, actually, from Click. That might be effective from this sort of range. VSS for Captain Dankland. What a lad. What a player. What a player. Ripton have all four up again. Determined not to get taken by surprise. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. There's Click grabbing one. Plate grabbing 2. He can't quite make it a 3. I mean, he's doing everything he can. Captain Danklad with the smokes. M79 coming out. Insta smokes coming up so he can get the res. Needs to do it ASAP. Ripton back up to 4. Is this grenade going to be enough? No, never mind. It's not a frag grenade. It's just a smoke. Colored one at that. It's blue. And Ripton. They've been railed twice. They've come back twice. Not even through the comeback arena. They've just stayed close together. They've covered one another. Their teamwork here has been great, even though they're the ones on the receiving end of the damage. Uh-oh. 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 And now it's Ripton's turn to be the first ones with a bit of damage in. That Molotov, unfortunately, catches a tree. But it's not the tree Click is next to. And Manus now is looking for a long wrap. And I have a feeling this time around they're going to be able to force Captain Dankland and team to fight this. Don't see any real way to get away from that. That's Op 4 down as well as Click. Captain Dankland down as well. This is massively problematic. Was that their last player? Does Dankland have an AED? Someone doesn't know. Isaac's still up. Where's Isaac? Isaac's in comeback arena. He's going to be the only player left. And that's if he survives this. Look at how many people are here, actually. We need to check out the comeback arena, guys. This is very interesting here. We've got 4 different squads here in the comeback arena. They need to survive for just a little bit longer. And they will be able to make their way back into the game. But it looks like Isaac is going to be the last player left alive for C4 you later. Mami Apex, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Much appreciated. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the pack. Hope you're enjoying tonight's games. And best of luck. You've got 5 extra entries to tonight's G-Coin giveaway. No, that's Isaac down, and C4 you later has been eliminated. Bullet Sponges versus Jororar. There is room for everyone on the plane. Everybody wins if they survive, but it looks like... Oh my. Double barrel didn't work. The barrel might, though. And everyone's getting absolutely annihilated. Who said comeback arena was about camping in a corner and everyone gets onto the plane? This is brutal. Only 2 players left. Konnichiwa from Jororar and Paradox. Everybody else in comeback arena has been decimated. And they are the 2 that are going to make their way back onto the plane. They will basically have to drop inside this zone, though. Remember, the blue zone is insta-kill. Ezio is determined to take the cable car. Has to do so before the blue zone gets to him. I hope he does. I hope he manages to, because this is actually a really cool cable car to take, if I may say so. The Chicken Blimps and Wet Boy have a little bit of resistance as far as the roof hoppers are concerned, right in the middle of the action. Unfortunately, the Bullet Sponges are still on top of this hill, and they are in prime position to take these guys out. It's Hackshots. It's Captain Hackshots. It's the Bandage King himself. Trying to go full sweaty, but his sweat is not good enough. He hasn't spent long enough in the sauna. He's going to get insta-revived by a teammate who had a self-AED. You have Raider in on the side. Really good flanking position. Neubis as well from the other side of the smokes. Lovely ragdoll physics there on the ghillie, but it's not going to be enough. D-Lac and Hackshots both go down, and the Chicken Blimps are eliminated in 8th place. 7 teams left remaining in King of the Hill. And at the moment, the Bullet Sponges are very much kings of the hill. Ezio even can't quite get onto the cable car in time. There you go. It has left to say he could have been on... Could he have been on the other one? No. It would have taken too long to get back, unfortunately. So he's going to have to move out on a push bike. Konnichiwa, who was in comeback arena, needs to make sure he doesn't touch the blue. Hopefully he has heard the memo. Please tell me he's heard the memo. He's just running. How quickly is this blue come? You know what? This blue is not closing very quickly where he is. They're all right. They're doing okay. I do not expect the blue zone to hit them. The new challenger has arrived in terms of on blue marker. Neubis with the Mark 12 gets Merb to begin with. We've got Rigger just behind him and SG Hulk off to the east. He's got a good flanking position. And as a result, he takes down Raider. The Bass and Neubis are both pulling back to help out. That's a good nade, only slightly short. Another one could be useful. Neubis is looking for an opportunity to get the trade. He does successfully do that. The headshot there being very, very critical. And suddenly it's only Rigger left for on blue marker. Problematic is, to put it politely, there are no more comeback arenas at the moment. The bullet sponges, guys, they're up to 12 kills. 12 kills. That is pretty strong indeed. Make that 13, but there are other teams now properly within this zone. Ezio getting back on the push, but I get so worried every time I see someone close to the blue zone, but that's okay. These guys know what they're doing. Dell's driving school have been relatively close to the zone the entire game, and they have chosen to let everybody else fight first and come in late. Will this extra utility, will the vests and helmets that are essentially undamaged be the difference maker in a potential final fight? Will they get their timing right? These are all questions that we're going to have to answer. Rigger gets taken out by the bullet sponges, so they're up to 14 now as on blue marker get eliminated. The gas pumpers and Jaeger and co. It's all four of them still alive. They're actually dotted around the zone as well, so they're not doing too badly, but they haven't got any crate drops near them, unfortunately. The Gator Chasers have got these warehouse compounds on the southeastern side. And I don't think they have any intention of relinquishing them before they have to. They will need to think about moving soon, though. And because they're quite close to this road, guys, take a look at where they're rotating. This is quite open. Okay, very open. And then if you go here, it's like, that's okay. But then what about the people over there? And I don't know. This road is making it quite tricky for people to work out exactly what they need to do in terms of moving in and staking a claim to the final zone. In 10 seconds, we're going to basically have the final zone move into a star. And that's going to be up here. So the gas pump is already moving up. Pac-Man. Has Pac-Man gone down to the blue? Pac-Man's gone down to the blue. Has Flolo gone down to the blue? We've had our first two players go down to the blue zone. Guys, it's King of the Hill. This always happens to someone. They're in the middle of a fight. They forget their backs are to the blue. The blue zone eats them alive. And before you know it, that is it. So now moving in 2 minutes. And it's halving, more than halving in size. Jararar eliminated. Flolo of Dell's driving school. Oh, you need to get out of that cave, man. If you do not get out... Dude. Can you get out the other side? If you can, you better make sure you have enough time to leave. You do not want the blue zone trapping you in there. Ripton with 7 kills. They had a very eventful mid-game, and they now have the southern part of Phase 3 completely and utterly to themselves. Let's see when they choose to move in. Cobalt's picking up a P90 in addition to the M24. This could be absolutely brutal in the late game. I say could be. It will be absolutely brutal in the late game. Lolo wants a little bit of sugar. Not going to get it. That care package is empty. We've got Neubis up there as well. Did he not see Neubis? Should see the rest of them. Oh. Does he know Neubis is now hunting him? He's got both. It's down to Neubis now. No! Neubis gets taken up by Babla. So Flolo survives. We're down to our final four. Flolo is suspiciously close to the edge of the balloon. Don't go into the blue. Flashbangs coming out. Babla with the AUG. Gets him. Wasn't the cleanest spray, but it'll do. It'll do. He's also got the health pack as well, so he can heal much faster than everybody else. The Gator Chasers now staking their claim. Gas Pumpers and Duncan going down. Molly slightly too far. Good idea, though. Jaeger very close to the edge, but the Blue Zone's also moving very slowly. 1.5 minutes now. And Ripton could come in and third-party the hell out of all of this. Gator Chasers and Paradox versus Spiky Poo. If Spiky Poo gets third-partied here, the Gator... He does get third-partied. Ripton come in and grab him. This is good for the Gator Chasers, but could be even better for Ripton. Wouldn't touch the blue zone if I were you. Oh, wait, that's a blue zone grenade. Okay, we're good. I don't think these ones, by the way, are insta-kill. Otherwise, that would be really, really imba. It's Ripton versus the Gator Chasers now. Gator Chasers have got the high ground position, but Ripton have plenty of opportunity to move in. Etliek gets the first bit of damage onto Bubbler. Doesn't manage to get the connection, though. Salu coming in from the side with the P90 and absolutely lasers the heck out of them. It's now down to a 4v1. This would have to be something absolutely incredible if Cobalt is going to win this for the Gator Chasers. P90, though, is absolutely incredible. First headshot coming out. Babla has used an AED. It's now a 2v3. The dream is alive. Forget the down. Who's up? Oh, never mind. Okay. AED means they're all three up. 2v3. We need the guns out, really. Broken Helm gets traded out. Cobalt needs a heal. Has got one. Again, 1v3. Maruz had the self-revive, and that could be the difference maker. He's flanking. Cobalt does not know he's here. Does now! But it's too late. Gator Chasers eliminated, and Ripton with 11 kills will secure the chicken dinner in game number 3. They are the kings and queens of VIKENDI.